Liwei sat there, his gaze locked firmly on her, unblinking, as though he could read every thought running through her mind. Amara greeted him politely, her voice soft, trying her best not to be too casual during his working hours, even though all she wanted to do was walk over and wrap her arms around him. For a brief moment, his eyes softened, and he began to rise from his chair, as if about to close the distance between them. But before he could approach her, the door opened and his assistant stepped inside. Liwei immediately sat back down, his expression sharp once again. Fixing his eyes on his assistant, he asked if there was anything he needed. The assistant's eyes flickered toward Amara, then back at Liwei, and he asked if Liwei wanted him to add anything to tomorrow's schedule. Liwei's gaze sharpened, his tone cutting but composed, as he told him that if he needed anything, he would let him know. Just as the assistant was about to leave, Liwei's voice cut through the air, stopping him in his tracks. He told him that if he was done for the day, he could go home early. The assistant blinked, stunned, asking if he was sure. Liwei gave a single nod, warning that he had better leave before he changed his mind. Relief and excitement spread across the assistant's face, and with a smile, he immediately left the room. The door closed, and silence fell again. Liwei shifted his gaze back to Amara, who still stood there, uncertain, her hands clasped together as her eyes met his. She finally broke the silence, her voice steady but quiet, asking why he had called her. Liwei, still seated, his eyes fixed on her, spoke in a firm yet gentle tone. He told her to come closer. Amara hesitated, her steps small as she moved toward him. His eyes followed her every movement, and when she stopped a short distance away, his voice deepened, commanding yet still gentle, telling her to come even closer. Her steps slowed, hesitant, and closing the gap until she stood beside him. She still held herself back, careful not to cross any line in his office, her posture stiff with restraint. Liwei's gaze briefly lowered to his lap, then lifted back to her. His voice was low as he told her to sit. Amara's eyes widened slightly, her voice dropping to a near whisper as she told him this was his office, and it wouldn't be right. Before she could even finish, Liwei's hand moved with swift precision, grabbing her firmly and pulling her down onto his lap. His arm wrapped tightly around her waist, locking her in place as though he had no intention of letting her move.